Perched high above the Scottish borders, Hume Castle looks like something from a fantasy film. Most people drive past without realizing this ruined fortress. One stood on the front line of Scotland's bloodiest conflicts, and trust me, these walls have seen war. Hume Castle, pronounced Home Castle by locals, sits near Kelso and belonged to the powerful Home family for centuries. During the medieval period, this region was dangerous and violent. Scotland and England were constantly at war, and border reivers raided villages, stole cattle, and vanished into the night before anyone could stop them. Castles like this weren't built to look impressive. They were built to survive. The original fortress dates back to the 13th century, and its position was no accident. From the top of this hill, defenders could see enemies approaching from miles away, and enemies came often. One of the castle's most dramatic moments happened during the 1540s in a conflict called the Rough Wooing. England's King Henry VIII wanted Scotland to agree to a marriage between his son and the infant Mary, Queen of Scots. Scotland refused, and England responded with invasion and destruction. Hume Castle was attacked, bombarded with cannon fire, and eventually captured. Imagine smoke covering these hills while defenders fought desperately to hold the walls. But the castle's most famous story came a century later during the wars involving Oliver Cromwell. By 1650, Cromwell's forces surrounded Hume Castle. According to legend, the defenders had barely enough men left to protect it, so they used a trick. The same soldiers repeatedly marched across the battlements, wearing different hats and cloaks, making it look like hundreds of men were defending the fortress. For a while, it actually worked. Eventually, Cromwell's artillery destroyed large parts of the castle, leaving it in ruins for years. What we see today was partly restored later, including the famous inscription carved into the stone. I have stood here since the world began, standing here with the wind sweeping across the borders. It almost feels true. Unlike Scotland's grand palaces, Hume Castle still feels wild and isolated. You can almost imagine signal fires burning across the hills, warning of approaching armies. This isn't just an old ruin. It's a survivor of Scotland's brutal past.